مشاعر الصدقة والنجيلة اللي كنت بشعر بيها نحوك يا محسن تخليني أغفر لك تصرفاتك الصبيانية. هي الخيانة مستحيل أغفرها لك، مستحيل مستحيل مستحيل.
الو. ماما. لا لسه بصور. ايه؟ عملوا بطاطس على الغدا؟
سيني موبايل فيلم فيستيفال، كل اللي محتاجه فكرة جديدة وموبايلك السمارت فون. صور وابعت فيلمك وادي صوتك للفيلم اللي تحبه على www.cinemobilefilm.com. brought to you by Qualcomm.
يا عم ولا نقدر في المكساج.
سيني موبايل فيلم فيستيفال، كل اللي محتاجه فكرة جديدة وموبايلك السمارت فون. صور وابعت فيلمك وادي صوتك للفيلم اللي تحبه على www.cinemobilefilm.com. brought to you by Qualcomm.
مصر لغاية سنة 1935 ما كانش عندها أي مشكلة مع اليهود.
كان في عشرات من الآلاف من الإيطاليين ومن اليونانيين وطبعا اليهود.
Notre solidarité avec l'Égypte a été constante, mais constante. Nous étions des enfants d'Égypte.
Moi j'adore ce pays.
أعداء الإسلام في كل حاجة، دين ودنيا. طبعا اليهود دول ملعونين يعني، مش كلامي.
لسه لا لما برضه يهودية يبقى مش كويس.
يعني تبقى تهمة، اليهودية تهمة.
Alors je m'appelle Elie Ekim, je suis né en Égypte le 4 novembre 1943. Voilà, je suis juif, j'étais égyptien.
La France, en 5 ans, a donné la nationalité française et l'Égypte nous a retiré notre nationalité égyptienne.
شالوا لي رسميا الجنسية المصرية. نايل كوريل استطاع أن يحصل على خطة العدوان الثلاثي قبل ما تحصل.
J'ai pris le train, je suis partie à Rome et j'ai déposé ce dossier à Sarwat Tonkasha.
سارة توكاشا سلم البيانات وطلب من عبد الناصر أنه يعطي الجنسية المصرية تاني لكوريال تكريما له، ولكن لم يحدث.
Tout se serait certainement bien passé, nous serions encore en Égypte. La vie était très belle.
أنا مصري، يهودي مصري ممكن. مصري، كنت مصري ويهودي، أنا مش يهودي مصري، أنا مصري يهودي.
Welcome back. Well, the Arab Company for Film Production and Distribution has launched the first edition of a festival purely for films made by smartphones or tablets. Well, I think this is something very interesting, and especially today we have the creator or the inventor of the whole issue who decided to make such an event or a festival and to take this idea of making movies or films using the mobile phones. We have with us Amir Ramsis, who's a film director and creator of the festival. Hello and welcome to the show. You see just how we are happy with you.
Yeah, everybody's celebrating the festival apparently.
A very special issue, talking about making movies using the mobile. I think this is something very special. How did you make the idea or take the idea?
Well, actually the concept, we didn't invent the concept of making films through a mobile and making film festivals for films shot through a mobile. It's a ritual that has been existing in many countries like France, Japan, the States for like 6 or 7 years now. I mean, like the first event was in 2006 in France, the first film festival. But I guess that we decided that, especially after the kind of movies, the kind of documentaries we saw during the 25th of January's revolution, how young people managed to capture the spirit of that moment using their mobile phones, we decided that there are many persons who became interested in that domain, in that intermediate in Egypt, and we decided to make this festival.
Tell us more about the films participating in this festival.
Actually, most of the films, it's weird, but it's true, most of the films have been submitted by young directors.
Are they all Egyptians?
Yeah, because this year, since it's our first edition, we're holding a national competition. Next year we hope to be an Arab competition, but for the moment we accept only films from Egypt. But we've received like movies, we've received more than 100 movies so far, like 120, accepted 52 for the selection, for our official selection. And so far most of the directors are really young. I mean, we have like directors who are between 16 and 23.
Well.
Amateurs, yeah, they're not professionals.
First time ever for them to do something like this.
And some of the work is really creative. I've been amazed. I'm amazed also of how some of them manage to do work with such a professional skill. Sometimes since I'm in the selection committee, I used to send mail to the directors asking them for raw material to prove that they shot this shots with a mobile phone, because they shot them so well, they were so professional while doing it.
Well, Amir, of course, talking about this festival, tell us more about films. Are we talking about documentaries, short movies? What kind of films participating?
We have two competitions. We have a competition for documentary films and a competition for short features, meaning we accept both fiction and documentary. As long as it's a movie shot with a mobile and under 20 minutes, it's accepted, it's submitted to the festival.
What about the committee or the jury of the festival?
Well, our jury for this year, first of all, this year's edition is presided by the president of this edition is the outstanding producer, Mr. Hussein Qalla, who has been one of the founder of many strong filmmaking movements in Egypt from the 80s till today. We have in our juries director of photography, Mr. Sameh Salim, Basma Iyad Nassar, director Mayim Abououf, screenplay writer Mayim Naoum, and Mr. Khalid Bishwara.
Well, Amir, of course, you participated in some other festivals, right? And you have got some other movies like Warat Shafra and some more movies. Tell us about the difference of your feelings between both festivals.
Well, I don't know. I guess that my feeling now is the same feeling we had like 10 or 15 years ago when we started to discover digital filmmaking, and when digital became a media that many directors.
Are you participating in this festival with film or something?
No.
You're just making the idea.
Yeah, as a
Why
creative.
didn't you participate with the film?
Well, as a creative director and part of the pre-selection committee, I can't be eligible for the festival. Professionally, it can be, but I mean, like seeing films shot with a mobile right now. You're discovering it's not a replacement. It's not a replacement for mainstream cinema, but it's just a new way of expression, new way of presenting what you think, and I guess it's creating a very special and unique language. I mean, there won't be a day when
space for the youth to express themselves.
Yes.
Something that they lacked for years, and I think this is something very special.
Yeah, and you're breaking a very strong barrier also, like not only by shooting the movie, but you know, right now with a smartphone, with a mobile phone, you can shoot your movie, edit it, and broadcast it to the whole world in like on the spot. I'm here, I get an idea that I want to shoot right now, I shoot it, I edit it, and in 5 minutes the whole world can be seeing it. We're breaking many barriers, obstacles, censorship issues even.
What about your movies? Talking about Warat Shafra and Kashf Hsab.
Well, what about them?
These were the first movies ever for you, right?
My first feature was Akhir Dunya, starring Nile Curies and Yusuf Sharif. Then a year later I directed Kashf Hsab with Khalid Abu Naga, Basma, and then Warat Shafra, the comedy, I guess many of the people.
But you're tackling something different in your movies, right? You're trying to show something different.
Well,
what is it?
Well,
you're more concerned with youth, for example, problems of youth, or what really attracts you when you start working?
Well, I don't know. I guess it's hard to find the main theme for my movies, but I guess somehow from my first film, even my first short film, to my feature films, to my last documentary, which will be out in Egypt in October, hopefully, I guess alienation is one of the themes that intrigue me. Somehow, internal alienation and alienation within your own society. That's a theme that's like current in my films.
What do you have for the future? Do you have something in particular talking about having a new film or something?
Well, right now I'm a bit busy with launching of my new film, which will be out soon, the documentary, which is now, many people have seen the trailer, The Jews of Egypt. It's a very intriguing documentary. I'm preparing for to go to some festival during this fall, preparing to distribute the film in Egypt and in Europe, in movie theaters, hopefully.
If I ask you about the most interesting film, talking about the festival, the Mobile Festival, right? So what was the most interesting one that you really felt it is really amazing?
Well, actually, as part of the pre-selection committee, I can't really specify one movie, but there has been many. I mean, like there's been an interesting movie called A Different Tomorrow that was very peculiar. The Space, Misaha, that also I liked. No, actually, I guess out of 50 films admitted, I think I personally like at least 10 films.
Were there some common themes, for example, among the films or not?
Well, of course there was the revolution and the post-revolution Egypt, which was current in many films, but also I guess we have various themes. We have to keep in mind also that this is a virtual online festival, meaning we don't accept films only from Cairo like we used to have before in Egypt. Now a talented person from Mansoura or from Menia or from Asyut can present his movie, and we really have films from all over Egypt, and each part of Egypt is presenting different interesting themes that are really local, that really are interesting for the society. That's what's amazing about the concept for me.
Did you try production? Did you try production? Producing films?
Well, I've tried a couple of times, mainly in co-producing projects or in doing what I refer to as artistic production, the artistic part of being a producer. I've tried this a couple of times, yeah.
Well, we've got this extract. We're going to watch it together and we'll be back.